I'm going to draw the curtain back on the way that this show works. Every so often, VJ will send a text on a Saturday morning as we're preparing for the show and say, I have a very big vanilla opinion that requires my own segment. Please do not interrupt. Which is what he did, which is what happened. And the big vanilla segment most recently was that he had to stop the tracks and stop the presses to alert the world that J.J. McCarthy would be the Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Unfortunately, like we did just yesterday as we were filling in for Jason Smith and his best friend Mike Harmon, pour one out for J.J. because he is done for the season, torn meniscus. So, VJ, with all that you've seen so far in the preseason, I give you an opportunity to hop on the right track for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
I have been steadfast, really since the middle of last college football season, that the Rookie of the Year would be Caleb Williams. He would be the number one overall pick and so on and so forth. Caleb Williams right now, to me, the leader in the clubhouse by a country mile to be the Rookie of the Year. What does VJ say?
I'm going with a different position. I wanted to lean more towards Jaden Daniels because I like what Jaden Daniels is doing, and I will be the first to admit I didn't really know what we were going to get out of this kid. Seriously, because we've seen this in college where these college quarterbacks get into these astronomical number offenses, right? And they put up these stupid, ridiculous, crazy numbers that, it looks good in college, but when you get to the pro level, you have to have a little bit of everything that you had in college in order to do that. You got to have a guy out to the left or the right, RW1, right? Excuse me, WR1. You need a receiver one.
Sure. Got
to have a running game, right?
Sure.
Got to have an offensive line. Got to be able to keep your quarterback upright. He needs 3 seconds to be able to go through check 1, check 2, release. Check 1, check 2, check 3, release. He's got to be able to do all of those things. But this year, coming off of the conversation that we just had, I'm telling you guys right now, Maserati Marvin Harrison, with Kyler Murray as his quarterback, he is going to have every opportunity to make plays time and time again because he's got a quarterback who can extend plays, who can make things happen. And he's not a lazy receiver. He's not a one-trick pony. He can run the route tree. He's bigger than everybody. He's stronger than everybody. He's got speed. He's got great hands. Once again, it's just in the kid's damn DNA. And now that we have this conversation going on, I'm going to lean there. Something with Caleb is just still stopping me. Last year, you put on the game. There's 4 bad tapes of last year at SC, guys. Even though he puts up 35 points or something, there's still bad tape of Caleb. There's 4 games you could put on and you can go, this, and this. He needs to work on and fix. There's just no bad tape on Maserati Marv. There just isn't, okay? And he had to play with Kyle McCord. You're giving him Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is now fully healthy. We all know off of an ACL or off of Achilles. You may be back in a year, but you're not your same player, especially at the quarterback position.
Well, you remember he did play 7 or 8 games last year.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. No, he's back. But last year when he got back, remember, it had been a year. You have to kind of go through another half season to be yourself again. That's why I said maybe a few weeks ago, watch Cooper Kupp this year, ladies and gentlemen. He is now fully back from the ACL, and you're adding Puka Nacua on the other side of him. Now you can't double him. Now you got another stud, 6'2", 215, 220 style receiver that just broke a record as far as yards, opposite of Cooper Kupp, and he's now back healthy. Watch how he comes back and play. I honestly feel strongly about Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr. I like anywhere between 85 to 100 catches. I like anywhere from about 1,250 to 1,500 yards. And give me 10 touchdowns. That is damn sure enough to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. So JJ is out. That's fine. He's injured. I understand the lore of Caleb. I like what I'm seeing out of Jaden Daniels. And let me tell you something else about the Commanders. Dan Quinn's their head coach, correct? Which means their defense is going to be probably pretty good. So Jaden Daniels is going to have opportunities to stay in games and go win games because his defense will keep him in games. Marvin Harrison Jr., Maserati Marv, will have so many opportunities to make plays on extended type plays because he has Kyler Murray as his quarterback. So I am switching to Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr. as my offensive rookie of the year for the 2024 NFL season.
But what numbers, I know you just ran through it, but drill it down. What numbers do you think that Marvin Harrison Jr. has to have? Do we agree that Caleb Williams is the favorite?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely, he's the favorite.
I'm just trying to establish a foundation here.
Yep, so absolutely.
Develop into the conversation. Yep. We agree he's the favorite.
Yep.
So he's got a lead right now. So if everybody plays the same year, essentially all the quarterbacks, and I don't think Drake May might not get too much playing time, Michael Penix. So let's just say Drake May does get a ton of playing time, just for the sake of conversation. If they all throw for the same amount of yards, touchdowns, interceptions, and everybody has 6 rushing touchdowns or something like that.
Are you talking about the quarterbacks?
The 3 quarterbacks.
Okay.
Right? Caleb Williams will win the award in part because he started in front. Right?
Okay. Yep.
So what numbers do you think that Marvin Harrison Jr. has to put up, not in front of the rookie wide receivers, because I think the best rookie wide receiver, as we saw last year, was Puka Nacua, was a distant second to C.J. Stroud in Rookie of the Year voting, right? This, in spite of C.J. missing a few games due to concussion. What numbers do you expect out of Marvin Harrison Jr. to supplant Caleb Williams? Because remember, Puka Nacua set the single-season rookie receiving yard record.
Yep. Okay, so my backdrop to that would be this. Who won Offensive Rookie of the Year last year? C.J. Stroud, right? All right. C.J. Stroud threw for 4108. 23 touchdowns, but only the 5 interceptions at 64% completion percentage. The 5 interceptions, to me, is what beat out Puka Nacua, is he did not turn the ball over. That was the thing. Caleb is going to throw double-digit interceptions this year. That's going to be the difference. So for Marv, I think he needs 88 catches, 1,300, and I would say 9 touchdowns would outdo Caleb, who, if he doesn't crack 4,000 yards, he's not winning the award. So let's start there. He doesn't crack 4,000 yards, he's not winning.
Do you expect him not to crack 4,000 yards?
I don't.
think that would be.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't. I don't. That's just what I'm going with, brother. I don't. All right. But once again, the turnovers. C.J. Stroud only threw 5 of them last year. Caleb's going to throw double-digit interceptions this season.
So you're expecting Caleb Williams to throw for less than 4,000 yards and double-digit interceptions?
Yes, absolutely. And Marv, give me 88, 90 catches, 1,300 yards, 9 or 10 touchdowns. That should win the award for him. Not unless now one of the other quarterbacks, because I think we agree Drake May's out of this, right? We agree with that.
He's not going to. I mean,
Bo Nix is out of this, right?
Time. Well, no, I wouldn't put Bo Nix out of it. I think Bo Nix starts week 1.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, if you start week 1, to me, as a quarterback, you're in the mix.
Okay.
Like, you have an opportunity. By week 8, it may be.
Of course.
You may not be in the mix anymore.
Yeah.
But week 1, you're starting as a rookie. You're in the mix for offensive rookie of the year. They had the MVP conversation. You're in the offensive rookie of the year conversation.
So for argument's sake, let's just say by week 8, week 9, Drake May's out and Bo Nix is out. So we're down to Jaden. We're down to Caleb. And then for me would be Maserati Marv, not unless another rookie just explodes out of nowhere. That was because we didn't see Puka Nacua coming. I didn't. You didn't. Nobody did. And like you said, he finished second, a distant second. But that's because CJ team won the division. CJ threw 23 touchdown passes and only 5 interceptions. He took care of the ball. 64% completion percentage. You would love to see that about 66, 67. That's fine. He's a rookie. He'll learn. I think he'll be much better this year in that department. That's the only thing, in my opinion, that beat out Puka Nacua is the fact that I believe the voters look and go, dude, he takes care of the football, and he was missing Tank Dell at a point, and he was missing Nico Collins at a point. So he was missing some of his bigger weapons and still continue to produce. I just see Caleb Williams. I don't think the ceiling is as high as a lot of other people do. There are a lot of flaws in his mechanics and his footwork that I can see. And I understand the magic. I understand the running around. I get all of that. But you cannot sustain that through an entire season as a rookie quarterback. You must be able to read and throw from the pocket. It is what C.J. Stroud was so great at last year. That's why I give somebody else a chance to supplant him. The lore and the name and the highlights is what's got him in the clubhouse right now as the leader, but I just think by week 8, week 9, we're going to start to have a different conversation. I'll go with Maserati Marv.
I think it's fat. I think Caleb Williams throws for 4,000 yards. I mean, barring injury, obviously, as we talk about. The idea, like, I think we're looking at least 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns.
30 touchdowns?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. Hey, okay. I don't think that's. I don't think he gets the 30. I mean, guys threw 30 last year too. 2 or 3 quarterbacks threw 30 last year. I believe.
I think Caleb Williams has the opportunity to go 4,000 yards. At least 27, 30 touchdowns, and at most 13 interceptions.
Man, he's throwing double-digit interceptions. Trust me, he's turning the ball over double-digit. And not only that, Caleb's gonna fumble. I give him 3 or 4 lost fumbles this year. He's gonna fumble the football. He's gonna turn the football over. If he has 15, 16 turnovers, guys, you can't give him Offensive Rookie of the Year. If you're turning the ball over 15, 16 times, C.J. Stroud did not do that last year. He took care of the football. That is the reason, in my own personal opinion, why he beat out Puka Nacua for the Offensive Rookie of the Year, because as quarterbacks are going to get the quarterbacks are going to get the glory, right? But at the same time, when you look at turning over the football, that's a quarterback stat, man. You got to take care of the football. He took care of the football last year. I think Caleb's going to turn the football over. What you expect rookies to do, and it's 4 quarterbacks that threw over 30 last year. Jared Goff at 30, Brock Purdy at 31, Jordan Love at 32, Dak Prescott at 36. So you're telling me that Caleb's coming in and he's going to automatically jump in the top 5 as far as touchdown passes is concerned? I don't see that.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I got you. Even at 27, that goes all the way down to Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I see him throwing more than Tua, Baker, Russell Wilson, obviously, Derek Carr, obviously. Yeah, I think those are
Tua's throwing 30-plus this year. I mean, through 20, what is that, 26, 20? I'm sorry, I can't see the number on my glasses.
29.
29. He's throwing 30 touchdowns. Tua's throwing 30 touchdown passes. He threw 29 last year. I just don't think the 30 is happening with Caleb. But listen, I get the lore. I get why people have him in the clubhouse. I'm not going to disagree with any of that. That's fine because this is now. But week 8, halfway through the season, you know how we do on our show football season. We always go back and revisit things, man. Sure. We always go back, and I keep a book. Martin writes my picks down. They burned up in his car last year, so he didn't get a chance to throw it in my face what I got wrong.
Quite literally burned up in my car.
Yeah, literally. His car exploded on the 101, and he told me, I grabbed my backpack, but my picks I wrote down that you had was left in the car. And I told him, I said, see, that's what you get for hating. See, that was the sports guys right here. That's what you get for hating. So he's like, no.
Hate is gonna hate.
Yeah. As Beyonce went, accountability is love. Okay? Accountability is love. You're going to come out here with 120 different predictions.
17.
I got to write something down and be like, let's just see how these land.
Burned up in your car, huh?
Yeah.
Did that really happen?
Yeah.
What happened? I didn't hear about this.
I'll never forget. It was Ohio State was playing Penn State. I was on the way in to do updates. I had a full day. I was doing updates in the morning, and then my show from 8 to 11 Eastern after that. And it was first down. Ohio State had the ball. Just driving down the 101.
Okay, what about your car?
Minding my own business. I'm getting there.
All right.
All of a sudden, I hear clunk. Look back. Car starts shaking, like violently shaking. And I'm like, oh, maybe this is the death rattle or death wobble they talk about with the Jeeps. Anyway. But the car turns off. I'm going like 65 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour on the 101. Car just turns off. So, like, all right, I'm already like, all right, this isn't great. So I coast over to the side of the road, and people are like seeing that there's smoke billowing out of the front of my car. Mm-hmm. So everybody's like, oh, let's get out of this jerk, before I get stuck in 8 hours of traffic because of him. I get over to the side of the road. I call Dan Byer. I say, Dan, I'm having a little bit of car trouble. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it for 11 o'clock when I'm supposed to stop in and do these updates. As I'm on the phone with him,
unbelievable,
Ohio State starts to punt, and the front of my car just starts boom. I see flames in the engine. I say, Dan, I got to call you back. My car's on fire.
Sounds hot.
And he's like, oh yeah, go. I was like, Dan, I'm pretty sure I got to call 911 right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little late.
Everyone's picks were in there and just turned to ash.
Yeah.
Well, just VJ's.
Just mine.
Man,
just mine.
I got pictures
That's
of it. I actually
luck.
just saw the picture of it most recently.
Yeah, no, his car literally was on fire.
If I had been in the front seat,
it was on fire.
Like, if I had been locked in for real, it would have been a wrap. It would have been over.
We would have been singing that.
It would have been over.
Its car burned up. His car got destroyed.
Those picks didn't make it out alive.
No, y'all would have seen me on the front of a T-shirt.